Well, we're going to have to see how he performs here because it is now or never. A high-risk, high-reward hero, like we mentioned so many times before. Blacklist International with the final pick. It is going to be the Kimi, not the Bane, coming in. What are your thoughts on this?
The thing about the Kimi is it's more of a precise tool. As compared to the Bane that can win these huge trades and just steamroll through objectives, the thing about the Kimi is it chooses who it kills. It's so much more specific. So I'm guessing that's the call between Bonchan and Wise.
Well, let's see if it pays off.
I honestly want to see what emblem are they going to put on his Kimi, because if he has the jungle emblem, then we're going to look at a very fast-paced game between both these teams where a lot of kills as well as turret stealing is going to be a factor in this game. However, if it is the Mage Kimi with Mystery Shop, then yeah, I think Blacklist, they're just going to outplay BTK by waiting out their winning condition. And it's like, all right, your winning condition's over, time for us to play.
Well, it's time to enter the portal. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get into the land of dawn. I want to hear it. Break the code or BTK USA. Spam it in the chat right now as we are going to get into the first game.
Here we now finally see an answer. It's Fried Chicken still on the Beatrix. Victor on that semi-tank show, played from the side lane. Honestly, I do believe that is innovation. He's one of the first few we saw do that, rock in that concussive blast, and that's a cool switch. He's facing off against the Brody on OM.
Yeah, but right now BTK, they're playing a little bit slower. Maybe they're just waiting for Mobazane to hit level 4, but the arrow hits, and he doesn't want to go in just yet. I'm looking at BTK, when are they going to be like, yep, let's do it right now?
Yeah, they're going to have to keep on looking for these abyssal arrows connecting, and they need to capitalize on the fact that they hit it, all right? Because a lot of the times here, for the side of Blacklist International, they have so much peel, it's going to be so hard to pull the trigger from the side of BTK. So it's about when.
Yep, this is the same strategy, the maneuver, the Blacklist International, week in, week out, they pulled this out during MPL Philippines Season 8, where they would switch Oheb and Edward for a better early lane game advantage. And so far, we're seeing signs of that, but I guess Zia's buying the neutralizer here. He's using his kit as a Selena to make sure that the rotations from the mid aren't as easy.
Well, actually, Victor is able to steal away the gold buff. Venus goes in. Zia chunked very, very low, forced to recall away. Mobazane rotated the mid lane, going in for that Rhapsody, only connecting a few bullets onto Haji. Victor's just going to soak in the minion waves here in the top side, letting Blacklist International taking a huge chunk of that turret gold.
That's huge. Look at that swing right now. There's nothing you should count out, especially in the first 2 minutes of the game. 200, 300 goes a lot, especially if you put it in the right place.
Yes.
Right now, I'm actually looking at the side of BTK. They have a lot of missed opportunities. When they have the crowd, they can open the map very, very wide. And with this, with Zia on the Selena, they really should have pressured Wise when he's trying to take the buff and let Granger just basically free farm.
Oh my god, that's first blood for Victor! He gets a solo kill onto the Prince, presented to you by Razor.
That was a heartfelt 1v1. These two guys, Oheb and Victor, they're good friends outside of the game, and I can imagine a smile on both of their faces like, you got me, you got me.
Oh, look at this though. Amazing flicker by the side of Zia to get away from that knockout strike as Edward almost just brought him to Blacklist International. Now the Abyssal Arrow connecting once more onto Wise. This is going to be huge. Let's see if BTK can capitalize on this. A 4v4 with Ranger coming in. Let's see. Victor already opening up the map. And look at Zia! He gets the Abyssal Arrow! And that's going to be Wise taken down. They're going to go for more right now as Shark jumps in, gets Oheb, and Blacklist International forced to back away 3-0 in the 3rd minute of the game.
One of the biggest things that happened just now was Shark managing to get level 4. Once he has that, he can charge it and he can knock up a lot of people, but again, Zia getting that stun and then the Grog putting the blockage behind him and then charging in. That was a big turn of events. BTK, this is how you play the draft. It's just that how they can maintain this kind of pressure because again, they are on a clock. And when you're facing us, Blacklist International specifically is a 7-minute mark.
The side lanes are all being won by the side of BTK. This is not good for Blacklist. That's how they usually play. That's how they're able to get the pressure done. And look at this. First turret might go to the hands of BTK.
Yep, again, as soon as Zia and Shark have figured out how to start rotating aggressively, then that's exactly when BTK gets into the driver's seat, gets full control of the wheel. Must give all my love to Shark. Shark is playing the classic Grok. And after Zia catches one with the arrow, they just take advantage. I remember when they saw here in this little area in the river, they took the Little Wanderer because of the power of nature. That's how on point this kid's mechanics are.
And look at how Shark is blocking the rotation sort of side of BLACKLIST International. They might just go for the dive right now. It's going to be the Abyssal Arrow not connecting onto Oheb. Still able to survive for now. BLACKLIST International and BTK. BTK now with a 2,000 gold lead. They're going to try to use this, to utilize this. And oh my god, Edward gets shot really low. That's Sonata being used, blocked away by Wise right now, as that's going to be BLACKLIST again on the back foot. Abyssal Arrow almost connecting. Mobazay now dashing in front onto Venus, getting the Rhapsody, but only connecting onto a full few of those bullets.
Looking at the situation, BTK, they really should hold the map very well. I like what Shark is doing. Like Mirko say, he's really slowing down the rotation coming in from BLACKLIST International. But BLACKLIST, come mid-game, they have to have someone able to open the map, because whoever is walking, they can die from fried chicken. And this is a bad, bad, bad situation. BTK has the potential to snowball this out of control.
This is insane.
Zia's been holding out on us. This Selena is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, we
5
haven't
minutes.
seen it at all, and this has just been insane. He has missed a few, but it's going to be actually Edward jumping in very aggressively. Now, BLACKLIST International with the start onto this turtle. Mr. Arrow will not be able to connect right there as Haji pops in. That real-world manipulation. Now, Dead Sonata being able to change and go for the poke, but BLACKLIST International is going to get that. BTK not responding with anything. Oheb going in, trying to hit Victor. BTK going for that mid lane pressure instead. Conceal.
You left fried chicken for 2 minutes, he takes 2 turrets. Look at that.
Oh my god,
That's
I
a
didn't
good
notice
trade.
that.
Yeah. The thing is, with these trades on the board, BTK, they like playing this. They're getting pressure on the map. Tier 2 is definitely much more worth it than a turtle.
Yep, and you can't even convert the turtle into another team fight because both teams decided to take it slow. So, fried chicken, amazing, taking advantage of this hero's kit and his position on the map.
Well, let's see. BLACKLIST might be collapsed on here, as that's going to be the Torn Apart Memory used early. That is a big resource being popped already, and look at the damage. That's going to be that's the tier 1 turret, as Victor goes in for the way the dragon, able to connect onto Edward right now. Look at the wild charge! BTK are on a roll. 4-0 right now.
Yeah, this is perfect. They're using the draft with the utmost strength. Victor getting those flanks, getting those catches from behind. Zia catching anyone from the front. And then Shark, he just plays super aggressively. If anyone gets caught, he doesn't mind burning the flicker. He's going to go in, he's going to engage. And BLACKLIST International, they have a scaling composition. They can eventually come out of this hole. But if BTK keeps getting these turrets, choking out BLACKLIST International from their...
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
Oh, Venus goes in for the Circle Eagle, bringing in have the look at a flicker coming in, and the disengage from Shark is going to be the kill picked up right now as an all-out fight breaks loose. Zia, caught in a bad situation, still able to flicker out of that one, but look at the health bars from the side of BLACKLIST. That's Sonata coming in to snipe them down. Edward going to the moment Zane. Oh my god, going to be able to take the damage with the real-world revelation. That's 2-0. Oheb going in for the stun. Victor still able to get away, and that is just a beautiful trade for BLACKLIST, putting themselves on the board.
Could have sworn Haji was in the real-world manipulation for an extra 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That was going on forever. He was drawing lines across people. Could have sworn it went off the screen, but truth be told, that was a great engagement by BLACKLIST International. They knew the limits of their heroes, they knew the limits of the rotations, and they were not scared at all. Oh My Venus stayed at the cusp of that border, and right now they bought themselves quite the lead. And it's waiting to happen. The swing is going to happen, and there it is. BLACKLIST back in this.
Yeah, and we have to look at itemization over here. Wise can deal a lot of damage. One, because he has that Ice Cream 1 to slow everyone up, and because he already finishes going 1, anyone staying in front, say the Grok or Victor on the show, they're going to burn for a lot of damage, and it will deter any kind of engagement coming out from them. But from the BLACKLIST International side, we have to look at Haji. If he can drop this real manipulation onto fried chicken, then that's great. That's amazing, because you need to take care of this Beatrix first, because before she becomes a problem.
Both of these teams need to play towards their winning condition. BLACKLIST International was finally able to force their playstyle upon a BTK, going for a 5v5 fight. BTK, once again, they need to isolate these members. They need to be able to pick one by one, utilizing Shark and Zia. Those are the two engaged tools that you need to utilize. If you keep on going in like that, it is not going to be good.
As soon as they read where Zia likes to put his arrows and his traps, it'll get a little better for BLACKLIST International. But until then, BTK can actually still just rely on White Chicken with that Renner.
Oh, Edward.
I'm interested how they're going to use this flank. It's such a great position by Edward.
Yeah, but look at that. Actually, the missile arrow connecting onto Oheb, that is going to give them a little bit more time to reposition themselves. Huge, again, by Zia, going up against his Filipino brethren.
Oh yeah, the Phil Canadian sensation in Zia, just flexing on us, suddenly showing us a Selena like no other. It's different. It's a good mix between Sawo's Selena and the Selenas of other teams here in M3. And so far, Blacks International, oh look at this, Victor finding the flank.
Yeah, going in onto Haji, but unfortunately it is Haji. That is his signature hero. He knows how to deal with it. He knows the limits of that, but look, obviously arrow almost connecting on Oheb, but Edward will be able to change a few shots, a few hits with Victor right there in the bottom side bush as the Lord spawns in that top side. Presented to you by TikTok Live.
I like money. Let's talk about the gold of fear. BLACKLIST International, they're in the lead, and this is not what you want from the side of BTK because they have the scaling composition. Sooner or later, they're going to hurt a lot, especially Haji coming in from this Eve because her damage is very deceptive. From the side of BTK, they're playing this macro game. Let's look at Victor, how he's moving around the map. He's not really looking for a lot of flanks when it's not necessary. He will stay in the lane, try to get pressure, but when they're setting something up, then he'll come. Their macro is much better in this game.
To be fair, there's a lot of decision trees that Victor has to go through, right? He can force that bottom lane, he can try to go for flanks, or he can just wait in a bush and keep BLACKLIST International thinking. BTK has somewhat of a vision advantage given that they have the traps by Zia, and Shark can clean up bushes. Oh My Venus has to actually check and look manually with those soul blooms. So that being said, Victor has a few more space, a little bit of margin of error. Unless BLACKLIST makes a huge mistake, it could lead into a quick cleanup. And I guess that's why Haji, he knew that. He picked up the Purify.
Yeah, that bottom tier 2 is just so huge right now for the side of BTK. Because they were able to get that earlier now, it is always going to be pushed in up until the inhibitor. And BLACKLIST will need to constantly be checking on that.
The game is slowing down. BLACKLIST, they're liking this because why? He's just going to keep scaling up. It will be a situation where he will melt everyone. It really doesn't matter what kind of defensive items that you build. And especially right now, we see Haji already having that Genius Wand. Genius Wand having three magical damage heroes is going to be a situation where BTK, they're going to lose out on the damage. They really need to step up because they're losing the map slowly to BLACKLIST.
Yeah, why is already scaling? Again, remember, that is a scaling Kimmy right here. Already has the Ice Queen wand alongside with the Glowing wand. The longer the game goes, the more damage she is going to do. But BTK, all they need to do is get that one pick off onto that, with that Selena. The Abyssal Arrow is going to be crucial in which fights they win.
Look at itemization right now. Wise has more items than we thought. He already has Genius Wand, and on the way, creating that Winter Truncheon. And from the side of BTK, White Chicken, he has a lot of damaging items over here. He has the Blade of Despair as well as the Hunt Strike. So he's going to be very, very strong. He's going to be very, very tanky as well with that Brute Force Breastplate. But this is a much more patient BTK. It almost looks like a little bit scared. I don't know how to think about this.
Yeah, unlike their name, they're not thirsty here. It seems like they're very, very patient.
Yeah, they played the first 3 minutes perfectly. And then they're like, okay, we have a lead. What do we do with this?
Oh, that's Sonata actually taking a huge chunk of Haji's health. And this might be the setup for the Enhanced Lord. Yep, it is. BTK already starting this up. Haji has to recall, forced to recall right now. And if they take the fight, it might be bad. Let's see how they position Haji here, because that is going to be the name of the game. Abyssal Arrow connecting onto the backside. Ohem's going to get connected too. It's going to be the Yeeb going for the real world revelation. But look at the damage coming in. Zia still gets away. The Lord has been taken down. Wise picks up the kill. A double kill actually right now as Victor is forced to run away. But it is a 2-kill lead for BLACKLIST for the trade-off onto that Enhanced Lord.
That's a good question to ask. Is it worth it? The 2 kills for the Enhanced Lord. Looking at BLACKLIST International's lineup, I'd say yes. They'd make quick work of this Lord when it does come out in about a second. Down bottom, they just need to send 1 or 2, maybe Wise and Oheb, Wise and Haji, and then they look for the next big one. Again, every time that there's a huge team fight, a huge trade, where BLACKLIST International isn't completely losing, and they're going to scale up, that's slowly a win.
In fact, look at Edward. Edward actually faced off 1v1 against White Chicken in the back. He tried to fight against that Paquito. It's not working out. He will outdash you. He will go to your face, and he does a lot of more burst damage. So yeah, They're really scaling up. Even Edward over here.
A very tactical game so far for both of these teams. But look at White Chicken. He's waiting in the bush. He has the Wesker out. Oh my Venus doesn't walk into it. Very, very good call by him. He knows what to do in these situations. Shark will be able to zone away the members of BLACKLIST International. White Chicken going in. Abyssal Arrow won't be able to connect. Venus doesn't pull the trigger just yet. Mobazane goes in for additional damage. Real world inflation. Head flickers in. Unable to get the damage done. Torn apart memory has been used, but nothing much more. Victor on the flanks, unable to get anything for now, as both teams will again just move backwards. But look at that bottom side wave pushing constantly.
Right now, BTK, they're trying to win this out through macro. Because again, like you guys said, they have a lot of vision over here, especially when they have this Lina. Haji have to be very, very careful. And BLACKLIST International, they are waiting for an engage, but they're actually waiting for Haji to set the engage. So as long as BTK understand this, where Mobazane, he just has to keep his own distance, I think they're going to be fine.
Yeah, look at the wave clear from both of these teams. They're playing the macro game so well. It's been a tactical fight for both BTK. But look, White Chicken, this is the strength of this Beatrix. That huge wave clear and that huge siege potential. They need to be able to utilize this more. They have gotten a few turrets because of that, but it is not going to cut it if it's just 3 turrets. They need to take more here to get control over the next Lord.
Yep, and so far BTK, for the past 5 minutes, they've slowly become more confident in actually splitting up. There we saw a moment where it's 1, 3, and 1, right? You see Victor, you see Zane, or sometimes you see White Chicken apart. I'm guessing BLACKLIST is just looking for the window wherein BTK doesn't get to respond very quickly. Given Shark's ancient gift, just by sticking to a wall, he moves so fast. So the response time on their roamers is so high right now, and that's why nobody is willing to take a quick fight. Nobody's risking it. Oh, blind. Venice Rage there. Interesting.
Yeah, but looking at this as well, BLACKLIST International, let's see how they respond. They're moving 2-2-1. Haji is always being guarded by one of their players. Oh, but look at that. Zia.
Yeah, Venus going in, but it's going to be the flicker used out by Zia right now. Edward is still waiting as well. This is going to be the battle of the positioning. Victor is going to be able to spot out Edward in that bush. Doesn't go for anything right now as Edward just goes for the wave clear. Venus, once again, opening up the map, gets a very good position onto BTK. They're forced to play on this bottom side where BLACKLIST controls that top side.
Minute by minute, I can see that maybe BLACKLIST International is slowly reading the movements of BTK. They're getting better and better flanks. They're reading Zia's arrows a little better. But at what point will that dive or will that engage off of Oh My Venus turn lethal? Because we've seen it again and again. BTK somehow knows BLACKLIST movements as well. They can read them. And look at that. They knew. Venus, we know you're there.
Yeah, they're downloading both of these players, both of these teams. They're doing so well right now in the positioning game. Victor, though, he's looking for something. He has the flicker. Will he go for it? No. Haji spots him out, knows exactly how Cho plays, and instantly, that is a beautiful read.
This is a situation where BTK wants to pick them off, but how can you pick someone off when everyone has a bodyguard? Only Edward doesn't need a bodyguard because he himself is a bodyguard, but other than that, everyone is moving in a 2-man unit. So even if you do get someone, even if you do try to engage, the counter-engage coming in from BLACKLIST is very good because if we can actually draw the map, you can look at the pathing coming in from BLACKLIST. They're always moving at a certain perimeter where in case anything happens, they're more or less a flicker range away so they can always re-engage. And this is why BTK, they're having a hard time as well.
Oh, let's see. Venus is already going to go on to Mobazane right now with the real information. Is going to be able to get him down, and that is going to be a 1-for-0 pick. The jungler for nothing. BLACKLIST International going in for the Lord right now. BTK, do they want to contest this? Honestly, they can't. Edward already going for the knockout strike. Able to connect on the Zia right now as he's able to get away, but White Chicken goes in with the Nibiru's passion, able to get Venus very, very low. The Lord has been chunked down. Victor tries to open up the map, but it's not going to be for anything. He needs to run away now. BLACKLIST International on the chase. Victor is trying to get away, but look at the damage coming in. They're going to get collapsed on. They're going to get sandwiched. Edward on the damage. Victor has to be the dragon. Will be able to connect onto Edward, but look at Venus. He's looking for the engage right now, going for the Circle Eagle. Will be able to pop the immortality right now as White Chicken just does his best in the backside, but we're going to turn upon memory, able to get just everybody there, and that is going to be the 2-for-0 pick off for BLACKLIST on top of the Enhanced Lord. Edward, he's going to go under the base, forcing Zia to flicker.
You thought you were done, but not quite yet. Edward Balboa has a little left in the tank. An amazing execution by BLACKLIST International, coming in, not conceding a single death. They were able to get the Lord and eventually pick off the perfect targets. Could have sworn Victor should have gotten away. I think Victor thought that they could kite. I thought they were going to go for a back a re-engage because Fly Chicken was there, but
What
apparently
was
not.
that? Oh my god, what is this? Winner structure being used by Wise, but it's going to be him taking a kill down. Shark gets the pick off. Now Momozain in the run for the hills. He's going to be knocked out of the real world with Blation and Okai against Bean as Shark comes in. But in the bottom side, there is an all-out fight. Fly Chicken gets a 1v1 over Oheb right now as that is going to be a 1-for-2 trade. Edward now into the base. Inhibitor turret number 1 going to be taken away by Edward as Victor goes in for the way the dragon. On the top side though, Haji losing out in a 2v2. It is going to be the full-out defense for BTK, but they've lost an inhibitor turret on the way to be exact.
Top and bottom.
Oh, wait a minute. This might be the end right here. Momozain going to be able to clear out the waves, but look, so much HP taken away from that base.
Yep, and even mid-tier 2, they're going to threaten this unless BTK gets back on track. Essentially, what Blacklist International did is they baited them. Oh, look at this! He goes on defeat. He's not done. He's going to survive. Oh, he's feeling the swag. He's feeling the swag.
That's why they call him Edward Balboa, baby. He shows up when it matters, going in for the flicker flank onto Momozain. Still 0, 3, and 4, by the way.
Here in the crowd here is amazing. But right now, actually looking at this game, they were quiet for a very long time. But after that Lord, it's just non-stop action. And BTK, they're playing to their win condition. They're trying to pick someone up. That is the time that they get the kills. But realistically, you don't get that chance all the time. And Blacklist International, Edward is being a problem. 1-1-1 doesn't look like a crazy kill score, but he is super strong right now. How can you deal with this Edward BTK?
Man, BTK, they need to go for a desperate fight now. Fly Chicken has been taken very low. Edward going to go into the backside, going to be able to pick up the kill with the help of the Haji right now. As Oheb targets the base, there's nothing that they can do, and Blacklist will lead the series 1-0. BTK unable to break the code on their